The following presentation will outline the equipment needed to perform a firmware upgrade on a Proteus X, Proteus K, or Proteus B controller. It will also include the steps taken to running the firmware upgrade program. You will need a laptop with the proper communication connections. The communication method to the controller is via an RS-232 connection. If your laptop was equipped with a 9-pin serial port, all you need is the serial cable long enough to connect the laptop to the controller. Otherwise, you will need a USB to serial adapter. They come in different sizes and cable lengths. Depending on the length of the USB adapter, you may still require the serial cable. The firmware software comes on an SD card. The SD card can be inserted into the laptop based on its configuration. Some laptops, the SD card can be plugged directly into it. Others may require a micro adapter, which is supplied by OMNTEC. Some laptops might not have either slot. You will require an SD USB adapter, which would need to be purchased. It is important to have the laptop running on AC power. Should the laptop shut down for any reason during the update process, the Proteus system could corrupt, and a recovery process would need to be attempted. Contact OMNTEC's technical support for help with the recovery process. When connecting the serial cable to a Proteus X, it will get connected to the RS-232 DB9 connector on the bottom of the unit. When connecting the serial cable to a Proteus K, it will be connected to the RS-232 DB9 connector on the left side of the unit. When connecting the serial cable to a Proteus B, it will be connected to the RS-232 DB9 connector on the left side of the unit. It is a good idea to see if the USB adapter is being recognized by the laptop. This can be done by opening Device Manager and expanding the Ports section. If it is not there, it may be listed under Other Devices, meaning it probably needs a driver update. Once the SD card is inserted, it should automatically open to the correct directory. Note, based on the laptop's operating system, you may need to open the drive directly. The display directory is of our current 9.3 version. Other versions will have a similar looking file structure. It is important to open the correct Step 1 folder based on the type of system you will have: wired probes and sensors, or wireless transmitters. Should your system be a combination of both, contact OMNTEC's technical support. Once you open the correct folder, there will be a Proteus firmware update procedure guide that you can open and print. When ready, launch the update_PA2-1117214.exe program. You may get a warning that the program is trying to make changes to your system. Click on Yes. Note, during the update process, it is important not to touch the Proteus screen. It will cause the Proteus to change its focus and could miss required firmware packets. A command prompt window will open to this screen. Note, for all entries made during this process, use an uppercase Y for yes or a lowercase n for no when answering questions. If you answer yes to enable log file, an update.log file will be created in the C/temp folder on your laptop. The program will start looking for an ATG Proteus controller. If it does not find it, you will need to check your communication connections. Ensure the Proteus RS-232 port is set for remote. Note, when the Proteus is in setup mode, all communication paths are closed. If the ATG is found, it will query the controller to discover all the boards that are installed in the controller. A Proteus B will only have a display and either an XB416 or XB800. The Proteus K will only have an MCU, a display, and either an XB416 or an XB800. Proteus X will have an MCU, display, and a wide variety of quantity of boards. It could include an XB416, XB800, XBRB8, and XB4IO boards. Wireless versions will have an XB416 DC and or an XB800 DC board. For each board installed, it will prompt you if you want to update the board. Depending on the reason for the update, some boards may already be of the correct version. You can answer no and bypass that board. It will ask you the same question for each installed board. After all the installed board upgrade questions have been answered, the program will start updating the various boards, starting with the MCU board, unless the system is a Proteus B. The program will connect to each board and send the required amount of the firmware update packets. When the system gets to the display board, It will prompt you to process the GUI update as well. If you are updating the display, you must update the GUI as well, or the web interface will not show all available features. The GUI is the longest of the update as it has 612 packets to send. As each process finishes, it is possible that you may encounter a timeout on the screen. This occurs because the program is trying to send the next group of packets while the Proteus is restarting after the last process. Wait and the process should continue again. The process will finish and provide a summary of the updates made. You can then press the Enter key to quit the program. When you touch the screen of the Proteus, you will get prompted to recalibrate the screen. Press the center of the targets as they appear, upper left, lower right, and center of the screen. This completes the firmware upgrade process of a Proteus controller.